Dave here, you may call me mowdownjoe. Welcome back to Let's Play Penny Arcade 8 on the Rainslick Precipice of Darkness 3. And we're continuing our way through Pelican Bay, digging things around, and I actually just thought of something. Why are they using chests? I mean, I guess they want to reuse art assets? I guess, you know, I understand programmer laziness, but, you know, maybe you could have tried to make trash bins. Last game used them. Works in a modern setting. Look at Earthbound. Huh. That's sad. Oh, of course, obvious. Well, they can't blame Zeboid for not having any comedic time. Anyway, we got a mime-opus here. Like a lot of the enemies on Pelican Bay, they are weak to fire and ice, so let's go ahead and... So, after a good first blood on them, we'll go ahead and Gabe will probably be spending most of the battle using Fireball. Again, how did he learn fire magic? I'm not gonna bother asking it. Probably, whatever. I thought he just liked to punch things. But anyway, we've dealt with the Pelicorsairs before, so they're nothing out of the ordinary. Mimes have, you do want to take them out fast because of the fact that they can hit your entire party with some tentacles attack, so... And yeah, you'll see right away when they do use it once here, and you'll see that it is, not joking, the sprite, the battle animation for it is literally, yeah, lifted right out of Cthulhu Saves the World. Little bit, like I said, I'm not against reusing assets. Hell, it's a it's a solid idea in general when it comes to when you're a developer. But I mean, for that, I'm not unopposed to it. But I don't know, the chests, they stick out like a sore thumb to me. Probably just me though. I mean, if they end up on a pirate ship or something, then I guess I wouldn't be too much bad with it. Anyway, Tycho having to learn Gabe having to learn Brute Punch there, and Tycho having to learn Ice Shards. These both cost 2 MP, so you're gonna have to save up for them, but they do a lot of damage, so they can be worth it. Anyway, we got some free muters here. They're basically kind of like the mimes, except they use except they hit harder with physical attacks. So kind of have to watch out for them. These guys, though, nothing too out of the ordinary. Good old, but they die to a first blood relatively quickly. I do love the speed boost that Gabe's eagerness has to give him. It makes first blood just so useful. And just go ahead with a regular attack on him. But these guys aren't too much of a problem. The enemies here do get hard, though. We shall see how soon. Yeah, I probably actually could have taken out the eye in the back, though. And that takes care of these 3. Anyway, they do have some... Even if the game looks straightforward enough, they do have some certain mechanics. As you can see, they'll actually go ahead and throw, like, special conditions onto certain battles just to make things more interesting. I guess I kind of skimmed through that a little fast, but yeah, like this battle here, everyone starts with 7 MP, so you can just let loose with your strongest attacks right off the bat. It makes things way too easy against these crabbish guys who are weak to fire and ice, so 1 ice shards could just, well, ice these guys relatively easily. Probably could have just used, see, well over, those guys only have 200 HP, and that did well over the requisite amount. So we found our caller. He is indeed a mime, and he is indeed dead. He does not make a sound when he dies. Because of the Oxethus. Corpse looting! Yay! Too bad we don't actually get any actual loot out of this. It would have been nice. I'm not even sure this is required for the story, but it is a nice scene. What the hell? And it does kind of explain things a little bit. Huh. Well, you know, typically you'd think this would kind of happen when you worship a dark god, but... Tempomorphic? What? Yeah, look away from your screen, you might end up actually learning something. Or not, you know, this is actually some plot-related stuff going on here. This is actually starting to sound like an episode of Doctor Who, though, albeit with a little more mysticism. Seriously. I mean, seriously. The only way they could have made it more obvious is if that phone box was... Actually, come to think of it, a red phone box? Zeboid games must be based out of Britain. And now I'm thinking of the Doctor Who spoof from Community, Inspector Spacetime, and they use yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead and fight these. Let's go ahead and fight some barbershop quartet guys here, Larry and Harry. There's really no difference between most of the barbershop quartet guys. They're all pretty basic as far as attacks and what they have going for them. So they're really nothing special between the four of them. I believe they have different weaknesses, but honestly, they're all pretty weak to physical attacks, and you can probably just deal with them just fine with that. So you don't really have to get too fancy with them. Just go all out with your physical attacks. You should be fine. Although of course, in retrospect, I would have first hit old Larry there with hit old Harry there with first blood instead of Larry. But whatever. Hindsight is 20/20, and we still got more quartet guys here. Derry and Jerry. You think they could have named one of them Mike as an in-joke or something? Nah, and probably the Mike joke wouldn't have flown over as well. But whatever. Anyway, like I said, same as the other barbershop quartet guys, just a little more HP between the two of them. So, and they're nothing threatening. Just go all out with whatever you have available. Don't believe they have any elemental weaknesses though. I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Feel free to correct me. This is mostly a blind run. Mostly. This is easy enough. Of course, to the right was where we need to go, but when do we ever go where we need to go? Oh, to the right, left. We got a little chest here and a special condition. I should note that quartet thing doesn't mean they automatically start at 130 power. They just are stronger. So we got a magic ring there. That will be handy for Tycho. It'll boost his magic attack a bit, so which he will need later on because, well, he doesn't have some very good physical attack. Although honestly, he could have also given it to Gabe. He's a bruiser. Aww, poor Gabe. Anyway, we got Optimus Mime in the back here. The 3 meters we dealt with, but Optimus Mime hurts like the dickens. There's one thing they don't tell you until after this battle. The defend command is, largely useless in most RPGs. No one ever bothers with it. It doesn't really do much. In this game, though, using defend actually gives you a speed boost for your turn, so that way your next turn will come much, much sooner. So that way, if your main healer can just keep defending until you actually need to heal, like I should have done with Aunt Claire here, and then that way you can keep the MP up going and keep the healing flowing constantly. Meanwhile, I did not know that. Like I said, they do not tell you until afterwards, and Aunt Claire almost dies here because of it. Almost dies trying to get off a party heal there. That could have gone horribly. Yeah, but thankfully we can just easily take out the rest of these guys. One full auto should deal some damage to Optimus Mime and take out the remaining guy. So yeah, just go for Optimus Mime past me. There we go. Full auto, and hopefully Aunt Claire gets out of this alright. Nuts. Yeah, like I said, this does not end well. Thankfully, she'll be revived at the end of the fight, but I'm not gonna risk it. I'll just give her a potion. And as you see, unlike Cthulhu Saves the World, your potions do not heal to full automatically. You will be able to buy upgrades for your potions later on. Oh yeah, that mime's strange enough not resistant to most magic. Which is a little weird. So ice shards could have been very useful. You could have actually probably just used 2 ice shards to kill him really quickly. Defend a bit for it to get it up faster. Works well enough. So yeah, this is when they tell you that defend command is actually moderately useful. Anyway, we got a dude on a walrus here. Like a lot of the enemies here, weak to ice. So if if you want to have Tycho save up a turn for ice shards, go at it. But to be honest, all these guys are weak to ice. Go ahead and roast them with it, and go ahead and give them a nice little frosty chill there, and things will probably come out all right. But their enemies here aren't really. We're almost done with this dungeon with this area, honestly. So we really don't have to worry about any future battles. I do wish there was a little bit of variation, though, considering that that each time you run through it's going to be relatively the same, but I guess it makes it easier to parse out what level you should be for each particular fight. Although that'll get more complicated very soon. You shall see what I mean. But anyway, this is a relatively easy fight. We can just go ahead or Brute Punch. I would have said Fireball. Probably would have done reasonably equivalent damage for the amount of time it would have taken to charge it up. Yeah, that is a little weird. Of course, that Gabe in this one would have some guilty pleasures. Really? I think sandwich is a euphemism for something here. Anyway, no secret passages to anything hidden here. Zeboy doesn't seem to believe in invisible walls. Guess Square Enix could take a clue from them. So many treasures I missed in Final Fantasy VI when I played it. Or 3, whichever you want to call it. Anyway, there's the boss of the area, so probably want to save up before we get into this guy. He can hit like the dickens if you are unprepared. Make a backup save file just in case I screw things up here. Yeah, how is it? Tiny cap on the bow. I must have missed that. Yeah. Wait, I thought it was how the mighty have fallen. How the... whatever. Crabomancer. Huh. I would have said kick our butts. That would have worked well enough if you're trying to censor yourself. And it's boss time against the Crybomancer. This guy is tough. He can cast a nice little buff on himself to make him resistant to physical attacks, so you probably want to stick with your spells for the most part. Especially Ice Shards and Fireball. This guy is pretty weak to them, like all the enemies in Pelican Bay, so go ahead with them. Yeah, and right there, that's his physical defense up, so you want to keep Ann Claire on defense for the most part. Keep her ready to heal, or maybe not go through launch or fire off her thermonuclear spell there, but honestly, defense is the way to go. Fireball, Ice Shards when necessary. If you want to go ahead with physical attacks to kind of buy time between Ice Shards, go ahead. I think that would actually do more damage than using RTFM repeatedly, because I mean, it has no elemental types, so while we'll get past his defense buff, it really... you'll probably deal more damage in the span of 2 turns with Ice Shards and physical attack than 2 RTFMs. But, just crunching numbers there, really. But, overall, very interesting first fight. Just watch out for his oh snap. It hurts. Could probably one-shot Anne if you're not careful. Keep her HP up as much as you keep her HP up as much as necessary. See, it took Gabe down to 16. Imagine if it hit Claire there. She would be gone. You'd need a potion. But yeah, heal up as necessary. Keep the pressure on with fireballs and Ice Shards, and you should be good. His physical attacks aren't too dangerous, but just watch out for that oh snap. It comes pretty much whenever the AI roulette decides it's actually appropriate, and it will hurt like hell. Of course, enemies seem to slow down when they're going to be using stronger attacks, which I guess is actually kind of handy a little bit, but... there we go. Took him down. So what's on that ship? What are they hoarding? Class fins? Class type of person. So, you mean like job classes? Yes, so I guess Zeboy felt they need to logic out every new mechanic that they introduce through this game. So we get some class pins here, and we will get some new classes to experiment, and I'll do a little bit of experimentation off screen to see what I feel is the most appropriate for each of the characters, but suffice it to say, they actually level up independently of your main class. That cannot be changed, by the way. So yeah, that'll wrap up this episode. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dave. Remember, stay classy, America. I'm recording this on the 4th of July, people. Take care.